Hey, what is good guys? Montel Christopher Gordon here, aka The Last Pariah, coming at you with a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the main differences between a niche specific store and a general store and which one you should really go with when starting Shopify. Both have huge differences and they both have their pros and their cons that set them apart. I get a lot of questions asking, well, which one should I go with when starting? So I thought I'd make a quick video about this and just address this in this video. Before I get into this one, you need to realize that there's kind of not a right or wrong answer with this. It kind of comes down to what you want to do and what makes more sense for you to do. Anyway, let's jump straight into today's video. I hope this list of pros and cons really helps you make a good informed decision before you start Shopify. So, general store versus niche store. Which one makes the most money and which one makes more sense for you to do? We're going to go through a list of pros and cons for both types of stores just to open your eyes a little bit so you can see what the differences truly are. Which is important to understand because I know that a lot of you guys are in the same position as I was when I first started, and that was which type of store should I go with? So let's start with a general store. What are the pros? Well, if you decide to start a general store, you have so much more room and potential for testing products. What do I mean by this? Well, you can build a store and start testing a wide variety of products such as jewelry, accessories, phone cases, phone chargers, anything, you name it. You are not limited by niche specific products. This means you can test so many different products in so many different niches in so many different markets. This is a pro because once you start driving traffic to the store, you're eventually going to see which products are doing the best and which ones are the most profitable. You can then niche down on those products and cut the rest. Another pro that I can think of with a general store is that, in my opinion, they're a little bit easier to start, but only because you don't have to do deep research on a specific niche. With general stores, you kind of just try and find hot products from all over AliExpress, add them to your store, and then get testing to see which ones are profitable for you. The last pro that I can think of is that your customers will have a wide variety of products to choose from, which isn't always a pro, to be fair, and I'll talk about that in a second. So, for example, if your customers come to your store and they don't like your jewelry selection, they may stumble across your phone cases and like that collection instead. So you still have the potential to get add to carts or even purchases from other random products around your site. However, because you have so many different products in so many different niches, your store isn't exactly targeted. If you drive traffic to a niche store, you know that the people who click through and come to your store will most likely be interested in 99.9% of the other products that you have to offer. Whereas with a general store, if you do run ads and run traffic, people that come and click through to your site may be interested in that one particular product, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be interested in any of your other products because most of them won't be relevant. This could mean that a good 80% of your other products are completely irrelevant. Another con to a general store is that it's hard to upsell customers if you're not smart. For example, if you run a niche dog store, let's say you run a dog store and you have a free plus shipping phone case that has a dog on it, just a pug. Let's say the case has a pug on it. Well, with that, you can run an ad to that and then bring customers to your store and then upsell them a matching t-shirt to complete the look. And you'll probably have a high success rate with that. Whereas if you've got a general store and you just sell someone some golfing equipment, I'm not too sure that they're gonna want a pug t-shirt to go with that equipment. Let's be honest. Of course, there are ways around this, but it's just a little bit more tedious to deal with. Another con with general stores is that they tend to look a bit messier and less organized, in my opinion. I say this because the stores I've seen, and I've seen hundreds of stores, believe me, will have like electric heating fans next to cat socks, and then you scroll down and you'll see stuff like camping equipment and kitchen stuff, and it's just looks a bit messy if you ask me. This could probably hurt your conversion because it doesn't look congruent, clean, sleek and sexy like a niche store would, because you kind of have like random items all over the place. In one section you've got like yoga equipment, in another section you've got like biking equipment. It just looks weird to me if you're not organized. You have to be organized if you're going to run a general store. The last con that I can think of, which is a bit more advanced, is that it's harder to retarget and target people because everyone on the niche store has taken an interest in different products in different niches. What do I mean by this? Well, if 100 people buy from your store, but they all buy a different product from different niches, then who are you going to target when running email marketing campaigns for specific niche products when you've got 100 different people taking interest in 100 different things? Don't tell me you're going to send out 100 different emails to each individual person, or send out one email with 100 different products in so it casts a broad net and applies to everyone. That's just not effective at all. Not only that, but your email list will be low quality because yes, you may have 100 people on your email list, but each person might be interested in a completely different niche. So one person might be interested in a dog niche, the other person might be cats, the other person might be camping, the other person might be biking. To find who's interested in what, you'd have to go through your entire email list and see what they bought, just to see what they took an interest in, to see what niche they're interested in. It's also a pain in the ass when you're trying to run retargeting ads on Facebook. My overall opinion with general stores is a negative one. I kind of stay away from them because they're a headache to run and they cost a little bit more money to actually get up and running, because you got to test a lot of different ads and stuff to see what's working and what's not. You definitely need to have a bigger budget with a general store because you need to do a lot of testing product to see what's hot and what's not. You need to kind of cast a broad net when you're running a general store to see what targeting works, because there's no specific targeting, so you have to kind of spend money to figure it out. My advice to people who want to start a general store is to kind of not do a general store. Do like an in-between niche and general store, so like an in-between store. A perfect example of this would be to run like a generalized pet store where it's still to do with animals and that pet sort of niche, but you could actually test different niches within that store. So you could test the dog niche, you could test the cat niche, you can test whatever other niche of whatever people have as pets these days. People are having tigers and all that sort of shit. So it's still semi-niche specific, but it still has niches within it. Me personally, I would be testing a load of different products to see what niche is working the best, but I would personally niche down on what's working pretty quickly. I did make some money with general stores, but I'm having far much more success from niche stores. So the pros of a niche store are, they are very targeted and you know that the people you are targeting are actually interested in your products. Because it's a niche store, your customers are most likely going to be interested in 99% of the other products you have to offer because they still relate to that one specific niche, making it easier to upsell your customers, increasing your average order value and making you more money. It's so much more easier to build a social media following and a brand around niche specific stores because you'll be known for a specific product. So if you have a dog store, for example, your brand will be known for its dog products. Whereas with a general store, they don't have that real product connection type of thing going on, where when you say their name, you don't think of a specific product, you think of multiple products, and that's kind of not what you want. You kind of want to be known for one specific product. So it's a little bit harder to build a name for yourself. You want to be known for that guy with the best dog products. You want to be the go-to dude in that niche. That's when you can start to build a real name for yourself, and that's when you can start to dominate that market. Which leads me to my next point. This allows you to build trust with your customers much more quicker as you've positioned yourself so you look like you're an expert in that particular area. It looks as if you know what you're doing because you've got all the hottest dog products, so you obviously have done the research, so it looks like you're a pro in that area. So therefore, people trust you. Your email list will be solid. Instead of having 100 different people interested in 10 different niches, you will have 100 people all interested in your one specific niche, which just makes everything so much more easier, believe me. So what are the cons for niche stores? I couldn't really think of any actual real cons of a niche store, but I guess you could say that if the niche store doesn't work, then you're gonna have to flip your whole entire store and make a new one. But that's not really a problem to me because with time and energy, I could get that done within a couple hours, maybe even a day if I'm slacking. Trust me, to turn a store around, it's not that hard. An obvious con with a niche specific store is that you can't test products outside of your niche. I mean, like, if you have a dog store, then how the hell does it make sense to sell hockey equipment? That's just common sense, guys. I hope that's common sense anyway. But yeah, I guess you can say that you're a little bit limited when you start a niche store, but that's all I can really think of when it comes to cons. So with all that being said, I personally recommend you go with a niche store. You can literally make money in any niche. Don't let anyone else fool you. You can make money in any niche, believe me. You just have to be well researched and do your product research, like I said in all my other videos. If you do want to start a general store that badly, I highly recommend you start a in-between store. So like an in-between niche, in-between general, like I said earlier, and then find what works and niche down on that pretty quickly. There's a 14-day free trial in the description area below for those people who want to take action, go out there and actually start Shopify. Yes, that is an affiliate link, which means I will get a little bit of a commission if you go ahead and use my link. But if you guys are going to sign up to Shopify anyway, you may as well use my link. It's still free to you guys. If any of you guys need me to build you your site, just go ahead and hit me up on my social medias below and we'll get you up and running. I hope that today's video has cleared up the decision for you whether or not you should go ahead and start a niche or general store. If you have enjoyed today's video and gained a little bit of insights from its content, please drop me a like. It will be very much appreciated. And if you haven't already, make sure you join the family by hitting that big beautiful subscribe button below. Peace.